All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay, and obviously we have the Pixel 3a XL in clearly white. Shout out to Team Pixel, Google, for sending this over, this huge box here. So I just put the box back there. In the contents of the box was a Google bag, which I like to collect. And then you got a pop socket, a case, and obviously the phone here in clearly white. Now, the smaller version of this device is not much different only different in a few ways. This one has a bigger screen at 6 inches compared to the 5.6. They're both OLED. This one has a 3700 milliamp hour battery compared to the 3000 milliamp hour battery inside of the smaller version. They both have stereo speakers. They both have Bluetooth 5.0. They're Type-C 1, 2.0 Type-C 1.0 reversible. They both have a rear-mounted fingerprint reader, the basics. They have the 18-watt charger. I don't believe there's any stereo speakers, headphones in here, but we're gonna find out. So let's crack this open here. And I'm gonna give you as much walkthrough as I can as possible. So this is the box, what it looks like. This looks like it has an orange button, which I think is gonna be really, really cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So here's the device itself. Yep, got a nice bright orange button. So we'll go ahead and take this out, which is really cool. That's really, really nice, man. I'm feeling the color. Remember, in Google seems to always, those guys must be watching us because they know what we like as far as colors go. Remember last time I was buying the white version of the small version, and just so you know, here is the original Pixel from Team Pixel, where they sent me out the smaller black version here, so you can see a size comparison. You can see how much bigger it is. Looks like it's pretty much just the same phone with just upgraded information, you know. So we'll get to that in a little bit, but let's power it on here. This orange power button, I think, is pretty fly. You got a nice, beautiful OLED display. Really don't know why they didn't put a speaker here, but they put the speaker on the bottom. One is a speaker, and the top one is going to be a speaker. But you got your volume rocker here, which is, you guys know how I feel about, you know, volume rockers and power buttons on one side of the phone. But power button, nicely bright, vibrant orange. I'm feeling that. And you got a volume rocker here. And you've got a headphone jack up top, which is something people complained about before not having. And now Google has given it up on this device. A microphone for canceling. And a mic down here, speaker, Type-C. And you've got your semi-direction tool over here. Now I'm definitely going to put in my SIM card. The G8 is going to have to slide aside for a minute. I've completed my full review on it, but I'll definitely be comparing these cameras to the G8. The rest of the contents of the box are not much in here, probably. Yeah, you don't get, you get some paperwork, and then you get the 18-watt charging brick in here, and then you get the transfer tool right there, and then you get the cable there, the Type-C. And I like that it's Type-C on both sides. These are the new thing right there. So I don't need any of that because I already have it on the other Pixel. So, and I just use anchors anyway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump right in here. I'm gonna get this set up. I'm gonna put my SIM card in here, and I'll get this all taken care of and set up for you. And when we come back here, we'll go ahead and have the phone ready to give you some first impressions, and we'll walk through the camera and things like that. So let's get it going. All right, folks, the phone is doing a restore. I plugged it into my Pixel 3 so I can get all of this stuff set up exactly the same. But I've been actually playing with this and doing some photos. And this, honestly, is fantastic cameras on here like this. So I'll let you take a look at the photos that I just did, and you can tell me what you think about them. It's obviously, you know, you know what to expect from Google, so the quality of the photos is going to be fantastic. I took a shot, a portrait. I've been doing a lot of portrait shots. You know, regular photos are cool and everything, but I like portrait shots. And I think the portrait shots on here are the same as here, if not maybe a little bit better, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So I'll leave that up to you to decide. But, you know, this phone is obviously some controversy some people might have behind the price. Now this one right here is $480 and the smaller version is $399. We'll get into the photos in a minute. But my dilemma with the phone is the processor being a Snapdragon 670, but I've never used a 670, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite and tell you that it's not good, or, you know, that you shouldn't buy it, because obviously this is a I said in the other videos, this phone is going to be a hit, man. It's on all carriers. It's going to be a hit. There's no way that a person would not buy this, you know, over some other phones, especially when they get a whiff of these cameras. And I'm going to show it to you in just a minute. Just be patient. And I'm not trying to stall you out. But what I'm saying is, before I had the phone, I thought, you know, hey, this phone is, you know, they're squeezing us with the processor, and I don't feel any different. There's a lot about this phone that it doesn't have. So just a few things. It's got a nice battery, by the way. Should be pretty good. So this is the techie side talking. This isn't average consumer. I'm going to speak as an average consumer after I say what I'm getting ready to say. So just be patient and listen for a moment, and don't get in your feelings and get upset, because I'm not trashing the phone. But no IP rating, no wireless charging, no wide angle front lens. And I can tell that with when I did the video. And it's polycarbonate, and the price of $399 and $480 for these phones. And you know, there's if you notice, there's no SD card, and you're capped at 64 gigs of storage, but you get unlimited uploading to Google, but I believe that's at a lower resolution. So we'll test out the speakers in this video. You know, not going to be too thorough and detailed, but this is a walkthrough. So those are a few things that it does not have. You know what I'm saying? And also it's got the dragon tail screen, and I had that on another phone, which was a ZTE phone, and everybody complained about it scratching. And I'll admit, it does scratch up pretty well over time. So I'm wondering how quickly I'm going to need to put a screen protector on this one. We shall see. As a matter of fact, I might even just order some screen protectors after this video. But another thing is, you know, it's a 10 nanometer chip. This is the techie side. Now, average consumer, this is a win for you probably, especially if you get this big one because of the bigger battery and the bigger screen. But I don't know how the small one's going to be for battery, so if you have one of the smaller ones, let me know after about 2 or 3 weeks or so. But this should be fantastic on battery, considering it has an OLED display and it's got a 1080p display. So again, the average consumer, I think you're probably really going to enjoy this phone when you get it, because it's probably going to blow away the cameras on the other phones that you might be using, especially for photos. I've learned that people now take a lot of photos and they just post them on social media. You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge deal right there. So consider that when you're walking into a store, average consumer, I want you to walk into a store and say, hey, sell me the best phone. And if they don't take you to one of these phones, depending on what carrier you're going to, something's wrong. Because this is, for the price that you're getting all of this right here, the cameras alone, and the fingerprint reader, and the OLED display, and the stereo speakers, the Type-C, the 18-watt charger, the big battery, the big screens, 5.6 inches screen is a big screen to the average consumer. So you take that in mind. You know what I'm saying? So all the things that a techie could, as a techie, I could pick apart about it. It's a plastic body. Polycarbonate is a fancy word for plastic. You know what I'm saying? For $399, I'll say it. Yes, there are a ton of other flagships that you possibly could get from this year that cost $480, $490. You know what I'm saying? Between $400 and $500. There's plenty of flagships that you could get. But we're gonna give this phone a fair shot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's actually pretty sweet, man. You know, I didn't know what they were gonna send. I just knew that they were sending me a phone. I'm actually glad that they sent a white version, because I like white. And I had the small one last time, so this will give me a chance to experience the big one. Now, it doesn't have the cutout at the top, not that it bothered me at all, but I'm perfectly fine with it. Some people complain about the bezels being large. I don't really care about that. I'm just gonna roll with it and give you the full review later on down the line. So you do have that squeeze feature for the assistant. When you squeeze like that, oh, you know, I did a copy, so it's turned off. I copied the settings from here and I have it disabled on there, but you have that squeeze feature. You got a lot of AR stuff on here. The cameras still don't record in 60 frames per second. It says that it does for, well, let me go up. In 4K it doesn't. So let's go to video. Let's just go to settings real quick, and let's put it on for 1080p. And then we'll go to the top up here, and there should be a spot up here to change it up here. There we go, boom. So you know what, that's probably gonna make some people upset, man, that this phone can do 60 frames per second and this one can't. unless it's coming in an update, 60 frames per second is so smooth, man. So that's the thing, man. This is a really reasonably priced device, even though the techie in me can pick it apart at all and nitpick it for all the things that you don't have. I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do, because I've already said it in this video and I said it before the video, we now know what it doesn't have. Now let's see how the Snapdragon 660 handles the Google Pixel experience with stock Android. Now this has Android 9 right out of the box. Obviously it says 9, but it should have Q coming up. Yeah, it's got 9 right there. Let's see if there's any updates. Check for updates. It's probably not going to be any. It checked at the beginning. So we're on the March security patch, looks like. Yeah, March 5th security patch. The phone feels good in the hand. Now we're going to take a look at the comments. We're going to take a look. We're going to look at that too. We're going to take a look at the cameras, and then we're going to close out the video. Alright guys, so here's the front camera on the Pixel 3a XL. Let me know what you think about the audio quality. It's not really windy out today, but it's a game going on across the street, and then there's cars coming by. It's kind of loud out, but you know, you should still be able to adjust to pick up my voice. So what do you think about the audio? Again, extended look on the cameras later on. Alright guys, here's a video sample from the Pixel 3 XL. Remember that the 3 XL is going to have the same camera as the 3A. So keep that in mind. And this is just a quick sample. Extended video coming later. What do you guys think about the audio, and what do you guys, especially the audio, because remember the Pixel 3 had those audio issues, so what do you think about the audio from here? Alright guys, let's shut this video down for the evening. There's going to be a lot of coverage on this phone. Now I learned a lot about the cameras and the upgrades that Google did for this phone. The first thing is the audio obviously is greatly improved. It's not the loudest audio, but you can edit that in post if you wanted to, or use whatever your favorite software is to upgrade to increase the volume. And other than that, the tone sounds good to me. Everything, it just looks good to me. It sounds good. I think that just like the Pixel 3, which I'll compare those to, you know, I don't know if it'll make a difference because these are pretty much the same cameras, but these cameras are boss, man. I mean, I didn't expect anything different, and it's crazy that you can get these good cameras like this for the average consumer at a really good price. Now, one phone I do want to compare it next to is the iPhone XR. So you'll see some footage against the XR, the G8, and the Pixel 3, and just any other phone that I feel like has a really boss camera. I'm going to compare them because, you know, it's crazy that if you didn't want this big version, you go with the $399 version. There's already promos out there. There's promos out there. So $100 Best Buy gift card when you activate with them. Like it says buy the unlocked version, and then you get $100 Best Buy card. You know what I'm saying? That's $100. And then Google Fi, if you get it with them, you get $100 towards your phone bill credit. I've had Google Fi for over 3 years now, and the service is fantastic. And if you order through Google right now, I believe you get $100 Google Store credit. So that's something to be mindful of. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to fire up the video here, and I'm going to show you the stereo speakers because I want you to experience that. So let me adjust the microphone and point it down here instead of me. so you can see what it's like. Welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. As you can see, I have debadged the front of the car. This is a mod I was waiting to do. I was really excited about doing this because I think it gives it a cleaner look. There's plenty of people out there that have already done this. I was kind of hesitant on doing it, but once I saw, this bottom grill on there, on these Hellcat type cars with, the wide bodies, they don't have fog lights, and so it's just this mesh grill all the way around. So I think this is definitely a mod. All right, guys, so there you have it, man. A little bit of a detailed walkthrough and my first impressions of the Pixel 3a XL. I might just have to start saying the 3a XL, but it's a good feeling phone in the hand. It's really nice. The 6-inch OLED display is nice. It's got an always-on display. It's got a fingerprint reader. I'm really feeling the orange button right here. The purple one has like a green button, I believe. I was really hoping that they didn't send me a black one because they sent me a black one before, but I would have accepted whatever. I'm appreciative. But I like a phone like this. I like phones just different colors and stuff. So Type-C, man, the stereo speakers actually sound really, really good. Not a lot of bass like some other phones. Like this phone right here has the speakers facing you, so you're going to get a different sound. These are very, very clear, very, very loud. However, the tone is not as much bass as some other speakers I've used. But with all that being said, all the griping I did about the processor before I had the phone, all the complaints I have about the price, all I got to do now is I've let it all out in this video. First impressions are I'm extremely impressed because the average consumer now has a quote-unquote flagship in the price range of what they might consider to be affordable. So as long as they're not spending $800 on this, I would go so far as to say, get the $399 version. That's a huge difference in price. This one is $480 opposed to getting the Pixel XL, Pixel 3 XL. That one's what, $1,000 or starts off at $850 or something like that. There's a bunch of promos. But I got a feeling that the carriers are going to get a hold of this phone right here, and there's going to be so many promos, it's unreal. So my first impressions of it, the cameras, Google has done it again. They packed these cameras into here. So I have a question for current Pixel owners. Do you feel cheated? Because honestly, Pixel owners like the display, the speakers, and the cameras from what I can tell, and a nice battery. You feel cheated? Because performance-wise, I haven't signed into a lot of my stuff yet, but this is my first experience with the Snapdragon 670, and honestly, folks, I don't see the stutter, I don't see the lag or anything like that like I thought I was going to see, because the 632 processor is now my favorite 600 series processor, which is in the Moto right here, which is in the Moto. This is a fast phone. You know what I'm saying? So this is supposed to be equivalent of up there with the Snapdragon 710. But again, that's that techie talking. Average consumer, folks, if I were you and you didn't want to spend a lot of money on a Pixel and you always wanted one, you were stuck on Verizon, now hit every carrier and get you a Pixel 3 XL, A or 3A or a 3A XL. You know what I'm saying. This is a good purchase for the average consumer for sure. And for the techies too. I'm not just saying that, I think the techies shouldn't buy it because the price is definitely probably going to be fair once I start using it, because I put my main SIM card in here. I had to rest my G8 to the side. I'm still gonna be comparing the cameras and stuff, but even a techie should be happy that this came out. I was looking at a bunch of tweets online from Tech Rant. Shout out to Tech Rant. And, he was like, people complaining about the price and things like that. In reality, my complaint about the phone before I got it is that I still feel like, you consider what this phone is going up against as far as price. There's no denying that there's phones out there that you could get that offer more power, more than likely, probably more RAM. Just consider the OnePlus 7 is getting ready to drop for like 500 something bucks. And the 6T is now down to like a little over 5. You make your own choices. I think this is going to be a hit right here. Once again, shout out to Google for pushing up Team Pixel once again. I'm really loving this color, man. This is boss, man. This is so boss. So shout out to everybody out there who's a part of Team Pixel. Again, first wave, second wave. Let's make it a third wave, Google. Let's make it happen, man. To all those people who this is the first time grabbing this on Team Pixel, congratulations, because obviously you probably see a whole bunch of unboxings out there with the Team Pixel box now. So I'm really happy that they were able to get on board with Team Pixel. They accepted that invitation, because it's an invitation, For backstory on that, you don't just get sent this box randomly. People who got this knew they were getting it, and you have to accept the terms of, I want to be a part of. They email you and say, hey, you want to be a part of Team Pixel? You say yes or no. So everybody who has this Team Pixel box doing the reviews like there, if you didn't know, congratulations to the people who've been in it since day one, and congratulations to the people who are in it now. Shout out to Team Pixel. This is a gift from Google. Let's get it.